Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Harmony Spiritual Center. So glad to see you here. Oh. This is what you just sang about is exactly what we believe in making a choice, in setting our intention. How is it that we want to live? We want to set our hearts to love. We want to set our hearts to be grateful. We get to make that choice. And you sang about it so beautifully and how it affects your life when you do that. We are a New Thought Spiritual Center. A New Thought Spiritual Center. And what that simply means is that we believe that God is all. That we are connected to one another through the one love. God, Spirit, George, whatever you call that which is greater than yourself. We are connected through that one love. We are individualized expressions of the one, and so therefore very, very powerful in co-creating our own lives. Whatever we claim is what we begin to see in our lives. What we teach are universal principles and laws, and the reason why we do that is because they're universal laws and principles. It means everyone can do it. Everyone can create their lives at any moment. You can change your mind at any moment. You can accept what is happening at any given moment. In this now moment is where we live and how we work our lives. So what we do is speak what you seek. Our words are powerful. Speak what you seek. Speak into the universe what you want to see from the universe. That's how powerful it is. So set your heart to love. That is speaking what you want into the universe, speaking what you seek. What I also want to ask you about that is, why are you here? So we set an intention for whatever reason you are here. Whether you need to hear a word, whether you just want it to be social, with whatever it is, whether you want to get a hug, whatever it is, set your intention. And when you do that, you are sure to get what you claimed and came here for today. And it doesn't have to come from me. It comes from wherever it comes from during this day, because we are all connected to the one. So whatever you need comes from the one in whatever form it comes from. So set that intention and get what you came here to do today. So last week, the talk was about everyone has a job to do. Everyone has a job to do. And that began with my parents, my mom saying, hey, if I got to get up and go to work, everybody in this house going to get up and do something now. All right? But what it ended up doing is making us know that we belong, that we have a purpose, and that we're a part of a collective. That without us, without the thing that we do, whatever that is, whether it's making up my bed or my brother emptying the trash or whatever it is, it helps the collective. And now you understand you have a reason for being here, that you belong, that you are necessary and needed. You learn that at a young age. And as you go out through your life, you have a job to do. You have a job to do. Do your job. I don't know what it is. You know. Do that. Do that which is assigned to you. That's what that was about last week. And several people came up to me after the talk, after the service was over, and said, oh, yes, I didn't do my job this morning. I was supposed to do whatever it was. Everybody knows what the job is. Whether you accept it or not, that's up to you. But you know what it is. Do that. Do your job, because it's important for your life and for the life of the collective. That's what we talked about last week. And I wanted to share with you, this is not off topic, but one of the things that we try to do here, certainly is my intention, is to not only share information, wisdoms, universal laws, but to give you examples of that. Because I can speak something, but it doesn't mean you understand what I'm saying unless I give you some kind of an experience, some kind of information that can help you put yourself in that place and know what I'm talking about. And so last week, and there's a couple of things for that one, but last week when we were doing the afterwards, which we just kind of, after the service, we have afterwards where if I said something you didn't quite understand, you could ask me questions or you could make a comment or anything that you've heard spiritually you want some clarification about, hear from other people. So it's a wonderful thing. And last week we were talking, and this was something that Bill actually brought up, and I just thought it was really, really marvelous that you brought it up. It was enlightening, and it was a reflective moment for me, because what he said was that he was asked, he was coming back to his home and coming up that alley, and there was a lady that was struggling getting something into her car. And so he stopped to ask, can I help? Can I help? And she stopped and she looked at him. Something was on her mind for a moment, trying to decide whether she was going to accept that help. I don't know. But she finally said, yes, I can. Here's the thing that was interesting and startling and reflective. Instead of Bill saying, all right, here's how we're going to do it, because I know how to do this thing. You clearly don't know how. He said, how would you like me to help you? How? Now, how many people do that? I don't. If somebody says they want my help, I'm all in. Here's how it goes. Here's what you're doing wrong. Here's how we can make that happen. But that's not what he did. And so it was just really reflective for me to think, okay, when we offer help, when I offer someone help, how many times do I say, what do you need for me to do? How can I help you? And even when he asked that and she explained, he was thinking in his mind, oh, I don't see how that's going to work, but okay. Okay, because that's what you want to do, let's do it. And so they did, and then towards the end where he could see it's not going to quite fit, she shifted the thing they were trying to put in, and boom, it went right in here. Oh, she was right. She was right. So that's just, that's just another way of saying something and explaining something to you about how we're constantly evolving and growing and understanding. That's what this is about. I don't really talk about anything different on Sunday mornings because there are only a couple of things that you need to know. One, that we're all connected, that you all have the power of God within you because you are individualized expressions, that there are universal laws that we all use, and you can make a decision for the life you want. I'm saying this every single Sunday. And what the two tools are that we use, which are what? Prayer and meditation. Thank you, Carter. I can always count on Carter. Prayer and meditation. Those are the only tools that we need to speak to God, put a demand out, because we talked about that, right? The universe is abundant, but a demand must be made, which is, what is it that you want, right? I shared with you many times that I was expecting something, and I didn't get it, and was very pissed off with George. And he said, well, you didn't ask for that. I didn't. No, you didn't. All right, well, let me make it clear then. Let me get clear about that. So that's all we talk about. But we talk about it in different ways so that you can begin to shift what your thinking might be to help you get where you want to go. So again, I'm talking with a young lady, and she said, Pjae, you're always saying, show up. It's important that you show up. And she's like, what does that mean? And it seems like, what does it mean? What does that mean? So start thinking about that. What does it mean to show up? Well, it's showing up for someone who needs you, who needs your help. So showing up for what you say is valuable to you, for what you say your values are. So you show up in your values. So it looks like this. If I say I'm a good friend, and a friend has asked me to do something, to come and support them, which a friend did, and the way to support them was to go and to be someplace in the evening in a very dark place in terms of woods and whatnot, hot as Hades, no fan, sweating places I didn't even know could sweat on my body. So not a place I would have chosen to go. But that's where I need to be to support that person, because that's who I said I was, someone who supports their friends. So I did that. That's showing up. Not showing up where it's comfortable in you, like where the pool is and where the aircon is, right? That's comfortable for you. But showing up where you are needed. That's what one example of what showing up could look like. I'm taking a trip to Austin this afternoon. I'm going to get on the train because I don't want to drive, and it's cheaper anyway with all the gas. So I'm going to get on the train and go down to Austin for one day because that's all the time I have. And why am I going? Because I have some friends that flew in from Phuket. You guys know I talk about Phuket all the time. Flew in from Phuket to take their boy to drop him off in Tennessee because he's doing a class, music thing, for 6 months. And then he's going to leave from there and go to Austin. So they're going to Austin to check out where he's going to be going from there. And it is a heartbreaking trip for them because it's the first time that their son has left the house. Okay? So they flew halfway around the world. I could probably drive 4 hours, right? I wouldn't necessarily go. I mean, it's the 4th of July weekend. I could spend some time at my kid's pool, but that's what showing up means. It means taking the extra mile, the extra measure to be the person you say you are. So that's what showing up looks like in that particular situation. So whatever showing up looks like for you, showing up in the things that you say are important, to love your family, to love your friends, to whatever, to take a class. I want to learn how to play guitar. I am taking guitar lessons. I'm loving it. Showing up means sitting myself down for practice, which is boring as heck, right? I got to practice this sucker and make all these. That's showing up for myself. That's what I said I wanted to do, okay? So that's just, I want to talk this morning a lot about what it looks like to do the things that I'm saying that we can do to have the life we're looking for, to have the life we're looking for. So that was just some people were asking me a couple of things, and I wanted to share that with you. Today's talk is actually about, we come from great stock. We come from good stock. If we are individualized expressions, if the DNA of us is God DNA, the God stuff, the star particles, what is it that we can't do? What is it that we can't do? Not a thing. Whatever demand we put out, because God has already said, answered prayer. It's a promise. Answered prayer. And a demand on the universe is a prayer. That's how we pray here. We just simply say what we want and we make a prayer. So we are the God stuff. And I remember growing up, and my parents always said they were really smart, and so therefore we were. And you know, this is what your parents said, so you believe them. So we came home with a C. They're like, listen, you don't get to come here with a C, because a C is just barely showing. You're just showing up in class and doing the work in class. You're not even doing homework. So a C is unacceptable. A or B, we'll let you get away with a B because you are smart, because we are. And that's what we believed. Whatever they said, because you come from us. So if we want to start acting crazy, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. That's not what this family's about. We have this kind of DNA, and this is what we do. Okay, well, all right. Thank you. So if my blood DNA is from them, and our DNA is from God, what do we do? What can we do? Whatever we decide. Because that's what Spirit said to us. Make a choice. We are perfect, and we are here on purpose. There are no mistakes. We're here on purpose. So all things are possible. All things are possible. And if that is possible, what are we claiming? What are we believing? The thing is that we reach for more. We reach for more. But we fear we cannot. We fear we cannot. We fear we are not. We fear we know not. We don't know enough. We don't have enough. We don't understand. This is why, I come here all the time and trying to explain a couple of things so we can get a better understanding. But we have everything that we need, because here's what we talked about before, right? We make a demand on the universe. Our job is to make a choice. God's job is to have it show up. The how is not our business. It's simply not our business. So if you have something that you want to do, take the one step that you know, because that's all that's ever revealed. Do you know that? That is all that's ever revealed to us, is the one step? You know why? Do you know what would happen if Spirit laid out all the steps that were necessary? You'd go screaming, oh my God, I can't possibly do. It's overwhelming. God already knows that. So you're only getting the one step, and we don't even want to take that. Because I don't know how many 10 steps, I don't know how many steps are there. There's one. There's one. Take it. And when you take that step, I'm telling you, I promise you, the next step will be revealed, and you'll be ready for the next step. You'll be ready for the next step. So you do know enough. You're already enough. You're perfect. Why? Because we come from good stock. We have the God DNA within us. Everything is open and available to us. All we have to do is ask, and we speak our life into existence. I talk about the vision board that I made for myself, and that is one of the reasons why I do that, so that I can see my words on a board and keep claiming my life. As I'm going through life and there's a fearful thing for the next step, no, you've already claimed it. Spirit's already said, okay, so take the step. Take the step. I also speak it out to you, my spiritual community, my friends, because you will remind me. You'll remind me of what I've claimed in my life. You're not saying, have you done that yet? That's not what I hear. So I don't put that out there for that reason, and that's not what I get back. What I hear is, how's that going? How's that going? Can I help you? Do you need anything? That's what you get when you put it out there. So you're reminded and supported and surrounded by other people who love you and know what is possible for you, because we're all connected and we're all doing the very same thing, stepping forward and supporting one another. So that's what we get to do. That's what we get to do. So that's the reason why we put things out there. We speak our word out into the universe. We speak it to other people. We keep moving forward by speaking it to our friends, trusted friends. And we focus on what is true. What is true? That we are individualized expressions. What is true? That principle and law is principle and law. It doesn't change. Gravity doesn't change for you to me. Gravity is gravity. Universal laws are universal laws. They don't shift and work for you, but not for me. That's why we talk about it. They're universal laws. That's what happens. So we just keep moving forward. We focus on the truth. Remember who you are and stand in faith. We were just talking about that today. Faith and hope. We don't have to be optimistic if we stand in faith. There's no need for it, because we already know. We already know what's going to happen because it's already been told to us. We know the truth already. So that's what we keep on doing. We keep taking the next step. Nothing is done until you say so. When you say I'm done, I'm finished, that's when it's done. Okay? But you just keep moving forward. We are enough. We know enough. We have enough. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you, there's two things I want to talk with you about today, about moving forward and how we are enough. The other thing I want to share with you guys is about the overwhelm, okay? The overwhelm. Because we are so creative, because so many things, my friends are constantly saying to me, what are you getting into next? You're doing so, how can you be doing all of these things? Well, I can't. That's how. I can't. But and I shared with you before, what I'm learning how to do is to say no to certain things, and not be overwhelmed, because there are so many opportunities all the time to do more, to be more. And I don't want you to walk away feeling like, because I'm constantly saying, what's next for you? Where do you want to go? And you say, oh my God, I need to be going somewhere. I need to be doing something. You don't. What happens if you just stand still? What happens if you just just do nothing? Just be still. You're just still. Yeah. Yeah. You just get to listen. You don't always have to take a step. It's okay. It's not like you're going to be, like Spirit's going to be mad at you saying, what are you doing? How can you just sitting there? That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. I was invited to audition for a play that was coming up, from a director that I worked with before. And as soon as she called me, I knew what she was going to say. And the anxiety just went high. Not another thing. Because it's not just the play, right? It's all of the rehearsals, the audition, all the rehearsals, all the plays themselves. I mean, it's just adding. And my heart just went, oh my God. Because it's something that I can do. It's something I love. It's something that's fun. It's around a group of people that I care for. But it was it was too many things. It was going to take too much time. And the moment my anxiety level went up, I knew it wasn't for me. I had to go, oh, I'm not going to, that's not what Spirit asks you to do. It's not ask you to be overwhelmed. You don't have to be overwhelmed. You can say no. And so I talked with her and I said, listen, I love it. I could do it. It sounds like fun. I'm not going to. Because when the moment you said it, my anxiety level went high, and that's not a good place to be. So, no. I'm going to sit here and say no to that. Thank you. Thanks to your kind offer, and say no. We get to do that. So what I want you to know today, the reason why I'm saying that is because you don't need to feel the overwhelm. It is okay to just stand where you are and be good with what's happening. Only when you feel like you're ready to take another move, then take it. But if you don't, and you're feeling like where you are is good, it is good. Where you are is good, it is good. Let it be good. Let it be good. Because the universe is good. Just because the universe is abundant doesn't mean you have to take a part of every single thing that the universe is offering. Opportunities come. And this is something that I heard a lot as a kid. People say, oh, that opportunity is going to pass you by, so let it. Let it. Because one opportunity passes by, another one will show up. Why? Because the universe is abundant. That is one opportunity that if it passes by, it really wasn't for you. It's okay. Let someone else have it. Let somebody else have it. And wait for the one that resonates with you. That's what we get to do. So please don't hear what I'm saying and have you feel like you're in overwhelm. Or that I'm saying always go out there and be doing something different and create. No. If that's what you want, yes. But that's not necessary. Okay? You don't have to live in the overwhelm. The universe is abundant with everything. If you need rest, take rest. If you need to be still, be still. All of the universe, everything that's here is yours, is on offer. It's up to you to decide which of those opportunities and offers you want to take. That is all. That is all that we have. That's all that there is. That's all we need to do. So what are the action steps? I like you guys to leave you with action steps. Because again, I'm telling you about some things. How do we do it? What does it look like? Well, what are the action steps? There aren't any really. Because I'm saying relax. I'm saying there aren't any really. What I would ask is that you just simply breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe and make the choices, yes or no. I'm going or not. I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And it's okay. And don't worry about that this is an opportunity that's passing you by. Yeah, okay, so. And another one will be by that is right for you with the right timing. Because why? Everything is perfect. You are DNA from God, right? Everything is in perfect timing, everything as it should be. As we were talking in the class this morning, what we know is this, that whatever happens, it's going to be perfect. It has to be, because it's what it is. Whether it was something for you to do, whether it was a lesson for you to learn, whether it's something for you to sit still and do, whatever, and not do, whatever, it's perfect. So you don't have to worry about it. Just breathe, choose your life, and know that all is well and perfectly timed. We are individual expressions of the one love. We are perfect. We are purposed. We can, we are, and we do know enough. We know enough. So one final quote. One of the things that we tend to do, I'm going to say we, it's not just me. I don't believe it's just me. I think we all do. We compare our lives with other people. Oh, geez, they're already over, woo, oh my gosh, and here I am. Here I am. Here's what I want to say about comparison. Here's what Mark Twain said. Comparison is the death of joy. Comparison is the death of joy. You don't need to compare yourself with anyone. If you want to compare yourself with something, compare yourself with who you were 10 years ago. Compare yourself to yourself. It's a personal best. Your life is your personal best. If you must compare yourself to yourself. Okay? Not anything else. Not anything outside yourself. How do we maintain joy? You know yourself. We talk about this all the time. Know thyself. Be in love with who you are because you're perfect. You don't need to be anything else. You are already perfect. To be in love with who you are. Know what you are capable of. And we already know that we are the God DNA, that we come from good stock, so we're capable of many things. And then do the work that is yours to do when it's time to do it. And you will know when that time is. You don't have to worry about, well, is it time? Is it time? It's a time when you move. But you'll know. It's time when you move. If it doesn't feel like it's the right time, it isn't the right time. Your feelings will tell you what's right. It's okay. Don't worry. Live a great life because that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. And at any time, you want to make a move, make a demand on the universe, and make a move. And when you don't want to make a move, then don't. And be still. And know you are God, as we all are, individualized expressions of the One. And so it is. Namaste.